what everybody is talking about, Donald Trump saying that United States is going to own Gaza. And what do you mean by own? And we will be analyzing Bibi's body language reaction in a bit. But we need to pay attention to the words. What did Donald Trump really say? In fact,
the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
So my first question when I heard this, okay, the United States is gonna own Gaza and is gonna be responsible of dismantling all the bombs, all the dangers, rebuilding the city blocks, everything that has been destroyed. And well, my first question was, of course, what are the intentions behind this? Well, why is that so? Because the reaction online was nuclear, even from the MAGA camp. Okay, what if we are talking about cutting the budget? If Dodge is exposing all this money that has been spent in nonsense, why are we going to get into Gaza? But more on that in a bit. Let's keep watching.
Level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings.
What you should start leveling is Hamas. I mean, like glass them, then break the glass, then molten the glass, and then, well, get rid of that glass. Okay, that's the first step. Okay, before anything else, you have to make sure that Hamas ceases to exist. Then we can, then we can have some sort of a plan.
Level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different.
So we have that, and we have that Palestinians are going to be displaced to Jordan and Egypt, and Trump seems sure that those countries are going to accept Palestinians while this happens. So it's a bit wild, has been a wild ride, and there are other remarks that are important.
I do see a long-term ownership position, and
long-term ownership position. We're talking about the United States is going to literally, for the long term, we are talking about decades, own Gaza. So it's these are big words.
I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly. Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and.
This is going to be important. Notice that he repeats the word owning over and over again. This will be important later.
Creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent in a really magnificent area that nobody would know. Nobody can look because all they see is death and destruction and rubble and.
So he has said that all this has been destroyed, and this can be renewed in some way. He has other words like this.
About the Gazans leaving Gaza, going to other countries. One, where exactly are you suggesting that they should go? And two, are you saying they should return after it's rebuilt? And if not, who do you envision living there?
I envision the world, people living there, the world's people. I think you'll make that into an international, unbelievable place. I think the potential in the Gaza Strip is unbelievable.
I think what Trump is trying to convey in some way or another, we'll talk about the intentions a bit later, is that this is going to be a bit like the UAE, as in you're going to have this international hub, like international in the sense that literally international, as in 90% of the UAE population is expats. So what he's thinking is, okay, let's bring stability to the Middle East, starting from the biggest conflict, that is Israel and the Palestinians. Let's move the Palestinians to Egypt and Jordan. Let's rebuild Gaza and turn that into some sort of Dubai. I'm guessing that he would be expecting countries of the Middle East to cooperate on that. I still don't know. We are still trying to make sense of this.
Representatives from all over the world will be there, and they'll And they'll live there. Palestinians also. Palestinians will live there. Many people will live there.
One thing that is always a contentious topic in terms of Palestinians is that even if you glass Hamas, I'm not sure how many Palestinians will be okay with this process, or the United States in itself, the United States owning Gaza. Because you know that, let's say that the propaganda that Hamas has pushed on Palestinians for decades now is not U.S. friendly. So how are you going to control that? How are you going to make sure that Hamas is no more, doesn't exist anymore? It's not a threat anymore. You're going to militarize the area? Whose military is going to be that? So many questions. Again, we're going to make sense of all that in this show. That's another clip that I want to show you.
Think might accept Palestinians from Gaza?
Well, I think Jordan and Egypt will. I know they've spoken about it with you, and they say they're not going to accept. I say they will. But I think other countries will accept also. I think that Gaza maybe is a demolition site right now. If you look at Gaza, it's all, I mean, there's hardly a building standing, and the ones that are going to collapse. You can't live in Gaza right now, and I think we need another location. I think it should be a location that's going to make people happy. You look over the decade.
When he says make people happy, I would ask, which people are you talking about? You mean everybody? I mean, so many questions here, especially the part of moving the Palestinians out, expecting for neighbor countries to accept them. How long the rebuild will take? The cleanup, of course, of all the tunnels, of all the bombs, of all that is there. I don't know. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of money. And my first question, my knee-jerk reaction was, what's in this for the United States? What is the United States to gain from this? Of course, I got many responses. Oh, you have to trust Trump. Trump is the art of the deal. All right, yes, I understand that the guy is a legend with deals and negotiation. He proved that with tariffs on Mexico and Canada, that he knows his stuff. That is, hands out, nobody is discussing it. Only that my curiosity, you know my curiosity, right? You have been around, have been some time here. Sometimes my curiosity gets the best of me, and I say, all right, I always try to look for the intentions. What are the intentions behind this? There has to be something to gain. What is the stability of the Middle East? Is this the only solution? Are there other solutions? In all cases, if there are other solutions, well, nobody has implemented them or even thought of them. So, this is a new one, I guess. Again, this is a complex topic because you know that this has been going for so long. This conflict has been going for so long that people are maybe open to the idea that any crazy idea could work. But how would it work? That is the question. And we are about to answer it with body language and also with some statement analysis. So I would like to know what you think about this in the comments about this section before we move on. For that, let's highlight our live chat. Remember to download my free 100 body language tips in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my free and awesome emails as well.